my name is Caroline Hodge.
And I'm Alexa Newby, and we are from the South Putnam FFA chapter in Indiana.
Our category that our Agriscience Fair project falls under is Food Products and Processing Systems, and we are in Division 2.
Our project title is Dehydrating Apples and Investigating Pretreatments.
Today we are going to talk to you about pretreating methods and how they impact your apple dehydration. We tested 4 different types of pretreatments: blanch, syrup blanch, acid dipped, and no pretreatment. So blanching is just soaking your apples in boiling water before you dehydrate them. Syrup blanched is when you soak your apples in sugar water before you dehydrate them. Acid dipped is where you dip your apples in citric acid, such as lemon juice, which is what we did, and no pretreatment, where we just didn't pretreat our apples. And how we determined which apple pretreatment was the best was we did something called a sensory evaluation test, which is just a fancy way of saying a taste test, and my partner will explain to you how we did that.
So when we conducted the survey, we asked all of our participants to rank their favorite and least favorite pre-treated apples, 4 being the best and 1 being the worst. So we took all of the scores and divided them, and we got the average score for all pre-treatments.
Why we decided to do this project was because we both have apple trees at our house that produce a lot of apples that a lot of times don't get used, all of them. And we looked at how many apples, or just fruit in general, go bad a year, and it's 1.3 billion tons, which is a lot of fruit. So we were looking at different ways of preserving them whenever we came across dehydration. And in researching dehydration, we came across pretreatment methods and the different kinds of pretreatment methods that there are. So we decided to do this project about which pretreatment method was best, and we reported on our findings.
While researching a bunch about dehydrating apples and their process, we learned a bunch of stuff. So we learned how to use the dehydrator, we learned how to conduct the survey, we learned about all the pretreatment processes, and overall we just learned how to make our first Agriscience report. And we had a few collaborators that helped us with our project. 2 were our parents, Natalie Hodge and Kelly Newby. They helped us by helping us use the dehydrator and letting us make a huge mess in their kitchen. And also Ms. King, who helped us write and revise our first Agriscience project.
And our results of our experiment, the average score that we had for the syrup blanched, we did an appearance test. So the average for syrup blanched was 3.6. For the blanched was 1.3. For the lemon juice or the acid soaked is 2.8. And for the no pretreatment is 2.8. And then for a taste test, the syrup blanched had an average of 3.1. The blanched had an average of 1.3. Lemon juice or acid soaked was 3.2. And the no pretreatment was 1.9. And in conclusion, we drew that the syrup blanched was the favorite, appearance and taste-wise. Feeding people is really the main goal of the agriculture industry. And especially right now in these really uncertain times, it's good that we can have all of the food out to people that we can. And so that's why knowing how to preserve our food is really good.
Thank you so much for watching and judging our video and the many others and reading our Agriscience report.